Hi everyone, welcome back to some more Final Fantasy XVI. I'm back where we left off and I'm very ready to continue, so please do make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Now let's continue. Return to Eastpool. And I'll make sure to check if we've got the Imperial province of Rosaria. The lands comprising the western reaches of the continent of Storm, formerly known as the Grand Duchy of Rosaria, it became an imperial province after its annexation by the Holy Empire of Sunbreck in the year 861. Annabelle Lesage, once Duchess of Rosaria and now Empress of Sunbreck, was granted stewardship of her former home and the title of Vicereine, a role she embraced with sadistic relish, enacting a regime of crippling taxation and constant surveillance, along with renewed persecution of the bearer population. Oh wait, and then that was Ifrit. She is a piece of work. Ifrit, a fire-aspected icon that first emerged in the year of the realm 860, when Imperial forces attacked the Rosarian stronghold of Phoenix Gate. Clad in infernal flame, the fiendish creature flung itself against the Phoenix, overpowering the icon with a strength and ferocity never seen before. Its reappearance was to usher in a second shocking revelation that its dominant was none other than Clive Rossfield. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I also want to... How do I change it? There we go. Okay, I'm going to try graphics mode. Okay, I want to check out graphics mode for a while, just for this episode, and if I like it, I'll keep going. So cool and so dead. Torgal?
What is it?
Yeah, what are you?
Nothing good, I'll wager. Come on.
Don't go too far, Torgal. I'm coming. Ooh, what's she barking out over here? Oh no. Oh no.
What happened here?
You...
Imperials. You'll pay for this.
I hate you. God, I hate you so much.
What are you doing here? Answer me! Remember our orders? No survivors!
Piece of absolute trash. God, I hate you so much.
Give them all you've got, boy.
Yes, Torgal. Pieces of trash. Did they get word that I was here? Then this is gonna feel like my fault.
Thought you could escape us, did you, Branded? You were born a slave, and you'll die one. Kill all the ducal dogs!
Ducal dogs? They were innocent people!
Yeah, they were innocent.
Get him, boy! Get him!
taking all of my rage out on these absolute evil pieces of trash.
There, boy. Over here. Sick of Toggle. Stay down.
Whew. Please. Only give you the same mercy you gave these people. That is all.
Sick of Toggle. Get him. There, boy. Sick of Toggle. You know what to do, boy. Get him, boy. Get him. There, boy. Put the move to the sword. There, oh no. Get him. Get him, boy. There, boy. Get him, boy. There, boy. Sick of Toggle. Sick of Toggle.
Oh, my voice. That's dope.
Sick of Toggle. Get him, boy. Get him. You know what to do, boy. Get him. Get him, boy. Sick of Toggle.
Oh no, Hannah.
All must burn! The bearers and those who sheltered them. By Empress Annibella's command!
My mother ordered this. You know what to do, boy.
That stagger, you piece of trash.
You know what to do, boy. Don't let them get away.
Stagger.
Get him. You know what to do, boy. Get him, boy.
I'm so mad for these innocent people.
Get him, boy. Sick of Toggle.
Enemy slain. Is that Helen? And the mayor.
I'm sorry, Lady Hannah.
Oh, sorry, Hannah, not Helen. Lady Hannah.
You deserved so much better. All of these people did.
Yeah.
Better than my mother.
I'm so sorry, Clive and Jill.
too late.
Gav!
Gav.
Clive!
Oh.
Acting on the orders of the Duchess, eh? We knew Eastpool was harbouring bearers. Thought they were safe enough hidden up here, but someone must have let slip.
God.
If they'd have only come to us sooner, none of this would have had to happen.
And he was...
Fuck!
Clive was so close to
My
telling them
mother
to go.
always did despise bearers. The way father embraced them when the other nations spat on them as slaves. The way an accident of birth gave them a power that others lacked.
But why kill everyone? They meant no harm. They just wanted to be free.
This world judges that a crime punishable by death,
Yeah.
which is why we're going to change it.
Hell yeah, we are.
Gav, we want to help.
Thought you'd got your own stuff to be getting on with.
We do,
But this is too important.
but it can wait.
Yeah.
In that case, we should head back and tell Sid you've had a change of heart. He was always on it yet to join us.
All right.
And we'd best be quick. Last I heard, he was planning another excursion.
What about the villagers?
Aye. Can I leave yous lot to take care of things here?
Of course. We'll make sure they get a proper burial.
Thank you. All of you.
Thank you so much.
When you're ready then.
Their healer must have helped kind of remove their bearer mark.
Now, rats, lead me to your nest. Lord Kupka's message for your leader.
Oh,
If only he knew where to send it.
oh shoot. Okay. Righting wrongs.
To Sid Solar, then. We have a lot to discuss.
So I can't do side quests till I go to
I
Sid.
heard Otto barking at his lot earlier.
Don't mind me. Just taking a quick...
Hey, Jill.
We can keep running, or we can walk through this door.
Beautifully said.
This place is getting more crowded by the day.
I tell myself the bustle's a blessing. There'll be time enough for quiet contemplation when I'm dead.
That's true.
So, did you find the answers you were looking for?
I still don't know what to make of this gift, curse, or whatever it is I've been given.
But you know you have it.
But there is one thing I can say for certain. I am a dominant. Ifrit.
Mm-hmm.
And there is nothing I can do to change that.
Correct.
It is a burden I must bear until my dying day.
Spoken true. Forgiveness and in turn salvation can only begin with acceptance.
That's true.
It's a path we all must walk, no matter how colourful our histories.
Sid, you once told me that you wanted to build a place where people could die on their own terms.
I did.
Fruit, yeah.
I've been thinking about that. Why not a place where people can live on their own terms? For 13 years, killing was all I knew. So obsessed with death
And
that I never
revenge.
stopped to consider the lives of those around me. Lives that I see now were scarcely worth living. Be they bearers or beggars, most march blindly to their end, never realizing that they too deserve a choice. And I dare not turn a blind eye to their suffering any longer.
Hell yeah.
So, atonement then, is it?
Yes.
That was the answer we found.
The only one we need.
I'll be expecting you both to pull your weight.
And we will.
Well then.
It's not an eye, it's a we.
A sprinkle of fire and ice. This plan of mine might just work.
Oh, hell yeah, fire and ice.
What trouble are you looking to get yourself into now?
The best kind. We're going to sneak into the Imperial capital and pay a visit to Mother.
Oh my god. This game could not have me in a bigger chokehold than it does right now. Or a flame. And this was earlier. Council of Elders. Oh my god, this place is stunning.
And the last of our farmholds in the eastern provinces has succumbed to the blight.
Without their yield,
Yay.
you'll be hard-pressed to fill the capital's granaries before winter.
If there is a capital by then, the black creeps closer as we speak.
And yet you do naught but bawl and bluster.
Your Radiance?
If it is fertile land the Empire requires, we need but look south.
If you mean the crystalline Dominion's holdings, we are bound by mutual accord. Theirs is a neutral state whose borders we have sworn to respect.
Gentlemen, did we swear to see our people starve?
Well, I really do think that...
Oh shoot.
The gates of Oriflamme buckle at the flood of those come seeking refuge from the blight. If there is not grain enough to feed those within our walls, how, pray tell, will we feed those without? But instead of setting your minds to riddles such as these, you lock horns with an enemy from across the sea, sending our soldiers to the slaughter in their thousands. The Empire bleeds, and you sit here prattling like crones in a tea house. And you fancy yourselves leaders of men. Sanbreque is naught without her citizens. We are but their servants.
They say as they're sitting on a marble table
Their
drinking
land
from
is being
silver.
wrested away. It is our duty to claim new lands for them.
Your Radiance! You cannot mean a war of conquest.
I think he
That
does.
is exactly what I mean. It is time we
Say it.
expanded our dominion. This is the will of great Grieger.
There will be uproar. Then we must find a way to distract the citizenry.
But how much will that cost? And what of our legions? Shall we raise the furs?
Well, someone will have to contend with the Dalmex.
I will not keep you. You all have much to do.
I love that. He throws like a bomb on them, and then he's like, anyways, you sort out that mess. Good luck. And they're like, God, this is
Where is
stunning.
my son?
The Lord Prince is currently garrisoned at the Strait of Author. If it please you, I can send word
So they
requesting
have
his immediate
Bahamut.
return to the holy capital.
That won't be necessary. Tell him instead to see to his wounds. Bahamut's strength will be needed again soon.
Yeah.
As you command.
Damn. So then who's that Thor with? Which people? I'm so excited to learn more about all the other icons and dominants.
I must have misheard. You mean to tell me that the mother crystals are the reason the world is dying? Are you mad?
Oh,
I have been
shoot.
told that on occasion, but no, not today. We've all seen it firsthand.
So the blight's caused
Empty
by...
wastes where once were green meadows. Land drained so dry of its ether, not even the rats remain.
The land needs the ether
But where was it
that
all
we're
gone?
taking from
I
the
spent
crystals.
years searching for an answer until I saw it standing right in front of me. There, in the self-same crystals we look to for their so-called blessing.
The earth needs it. That's the human way.
All right, listen. Take this crystal. How does it allow us to conjure magics? Answer, by drawing ambient ether from the air. And where do these crystals come from?
The
That's easy. They're mined from the mother crystals.
Which are part of the
They're
earth,
one
I
and the
guess.
same. Although admittedly this here fits more easily in the pocket.
But the mother crystals are massive.
Oh.
Some as large as mountains.
Sheesh.
So you see the problem. Imagine just how much ether can be drawn by something that size. As to where it's all going, mind, well, I can't know everything, can I?
Damn.
We are taught that the mother crystals are divine. Their ether a gift from the heavens. For centuries, nations have fought and fallen for want of that gift. If what you say is true, how did no one else see it?
No one else wants to
Suppose
see
they
that.
didn't. Maybe the truth was inconvenient.
Correct, yeah.
Inconvenient to whom, exactly?
Those in power. Those with a lot of the power of the crystal.
The higher-ups, the gods themselves.
Yeah. Damn.
So now you want to do something about the crystals?
I like the parallel. Sid's also dropping a bomb on them and being like, we're gonna have to figure it out, aren't we?
There isn't dominance anymore.
Ah,
I
there's
didn't
such
say that.
brilliant
I
story
made a
writing.
promise and I intend to keep it. But if we continue down this path, there's only one fate that awaits the realm.
War.
And we can't very well set our people free if they're all lying dead in a blighted ditch. Not if we want to create a place where they can live on their own terms anyway. Sort of defeats the purpose.
Yeah. The not living part.
So, if we have to bring the old world crashing down in order to build us a new one, what say you? Are you with me?
Would destroying the crystals bring the land back, though? I guess it would maybe distribute the ether back.
I suppose it's about time I repaid your faith.
Have faith in Sid. Oh, yes.
You could have just said aye.
I don't know,
It's
that's more
nice to
badass.
have you aboard all the same.
Cool, Gav's been in on it. That's awesome. You better grab his hand again, because that was really hot.
What have I got myself into? I'm going to need more than a few potions for this.
More than a few potions for this. What do you have to say?
If everything we were taught about the mother crystals was a lie, then what else might we have been deceived about?
That's a clever brain, my girl. That's what I like to see.
I'll give you two a moment to sort out your kit.
Thank you.
Long walk to Oriflamme. I wouldn't want you keeling over on the way.
Sometimes I just want to be like, freeze, hands around her waist. You have the right to remain in love. Anything you say or do will be shipped against you. If you would like a celebrant at your wedding, you shall have one. I will be invited to this wedding, whether you like it or not. And I will be in love for you. Any objections? Mwah. Okay. Let's go. Okay, let's do some of these side quests.
Don't mind me. Just taking a
Hey, Goots. Righty. How can I help?
Send a message.
Oh my god, chicken. Bumped me.
Is everything all right?
Hi there.
You! Newcomer! I need help.
What's the matter?
It's my assistant. She left to gather soil, and I've seen nothing of her since.
Oh shoot, I'm so
I
sorry.
cannot concentrate one whit for fear of what might have happened. Please,
Of course.
I beg of you, will you go and check? I have to know.
Absolutely.
All right, I'll go.
Marvelous. Thank you. You'll be rewarded for your time, of course.
Whereabouts is she?
Gotan's Bales. It's on the
Gotan's
outskirts of
Bales.
Lostwing. Not the safest place for an unaccompanied bearer, perhaps, but the soil there is second to none.
I see.
Now go, and do not linger. Why, it may already be too late.
Okay. Moving heaven and earth. Poor thing. I will absolutely help out. Hello?
You've lost a letter. Nothing too important, I hope.
Not just a letter. I lost everything. There's a hole in my damn pack.
Ah, that
and Fool
sucks.
that I am, I didn't bloody notice.
That's awful.
It can't be that bad, surely.
How could it be any worse? I'm a courier. I carry things.
Yeah, that's pretty
If
bad.
I can't do my job right, then what am I good for?
No, you're good for other
Nothing,
things,
that's
but
what. I buggered it right up. That means no herbs for the infirmary, and no fresh meat for our cooking pots.
Okay.
Worst of all, that letter I lost, it was for Sid.
Ah.
A letter he's been waiting on for days.
Maybe if you retrace your steps.
I'd scour Storm from coast to coast if I could, but there are curse breakers in the field, counting on my arrival. No, I'll just have to own up to Otto and Sid. They're gonna skin me alive.
Fine. Tell me where to look.
I'll have a
Are
look.
you serious? Thank you.
Of course.
It sounds like the hideaway could use those supplies.
Hell yeah.
So, where should I start?
Gotan's Bales, perhaps?
Perfect, I'm heading there
I
regardless.
took a tumble in the bushes when I was passing through. There's a chance my pack might have caught on something.
Oh, and that's where the
If you can find
hole
everything
would
I
have
dropped,
occurred.
you'll be doing us all a favour.
I will.
And if you can find Sid's letter, you'll be saving my life.
If it's there, I'll find it.
Hell yeah.
Wonderful. Now, I have to run if I'm to make my next delivery in time.
Alright.
I trust you can find your way to Gotan's Bales.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm sure he doesn't.
He doesn't like to wait. Okay.
Unless I
I'm-
won't last very long out in the elements. I should make for Sambrek as soon as I can.
Totally. Just see, did I have another mission?
I heard Otto barking at his lot earlier.
Never knew dung had so many uses.
Dung had so many uses, wow. Wizened man.
Yours is not a familiar face. Are you new to the hideaway, perchance?
I am.
You could say that.
Well then, allow me to welcome you. I am Harpocrates II Hyperboreus.
Oh my god.
That's,
Quite the name. Harpocrates.
Quite a mouthful. I know. Which is why everyone here has taken to calling me simply Tomes.
Huh, lovely.
On account of
Tomes.
the company I keep. And what varied company. I'm a collector, you see. Not of bijou and baubles, but of stories. The history and culture of these isles have ever been a source of endless fascination to me. But alas, my days of wandering the realm in search of new tales are far behind me. And so I've taken to sharing that which I've gathered with all who might listen. Perhaps you would care to listen.
Cool. I can view it.
I have compiled some new entries. if you would like to see them.
The Thousand Tomes is a comprehensive compendium of Valisthian lore, covering everything from basic terms to important persons, geography, and history. New information is constantly added as Clive progresses through the story. Oh, cool. Past active Time Lore entries can also be viewed here. Oh, fantastic.
I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before.
It's like at the save screen. Oh, that's so cute. Updates the tomes. Whoa.
There is a rather fascinating excerpt I've been meaning to
That's
show
so cute. The Continental Accord. An intercontinental pact made at the dawn of the present era in which such matters as the treatment of bearers and the establishment of a realm-wide currency were laid out. It formed the basis of much of Valisthian society as it stands today, including the branding of bearers and their status as non-persons. It also put in place a universal calendar marking a symbolic fresh start for mankind, albeit one which put magic users at a crippling disadvantage. Okay. The Valisthian calendar, the dating system used throughout the Twins, which marks the years of the realm that have passed since the signing of the Continental Accord some 800 years ago. In the centuries since, nations have risen and fallen, and the concord between them has faltered, but the calendar persists. That's like with our calendar, which kind of doesn't make a lot of sense, and I watched this amazing video by Kurzixstat on YouTube. Please check out that channel if you haven't already. It's funded by the Gates Foundation, and they suggest that we make our current year 12,023. Well, this video was from 2017, so they exampled 12,017 because it doesn't change any dates, any days, any events, any holidays, but it gives more respect to the 10,000 years of human progression that we seem to overlook by implying CE and BCE, because, yeah, that just kind of puts a weird cut in between. And I think that's so clever instead of BCE and CE. I think that's much, much better. But yeah, check out that video if you haven't already. Okay, the founder. Fear and uncertainty reigned in those early years following the sins of Zemeckis. Not wanting to further incur the wrath of the heavens, the few who survived the fall took to wandering the land, spurning magic and staying to the shadows, and so they lived for decades. One man, however, grew tired of this life, if it could be called that, and after bidding his companions farewell, climbed a grassy knoll overlooking a forest of beech and alder. Here he gathered a pile of rubble and used it to build a humble shelter in which he spent the night. The next morning, however, instead of abandoning his work, as was his people's wont, he gathered more rocks, adding to the structure until the shelter had become a shack. This he had continued for days, weeks, until the shack had become a home. At first, those few wanderers who passed the knoll would shun him, cursing the man under their breaths for his hubris. But as his estate grew, and one building became two, and two 3, the people began to slow their steps, and it was not long before some took to joining him on that knoll, gathering stones, building new lives, new destinies. This they did without magics or machines, without boon or blessing. They relied on naught but their hands, their backs, their wills, and each other. And slowly house gave way to village, village to town, and town to nation. The man would one day die, as all men do, but those who remained continued his legacy, expanded upon it, and though his name was eventually forgotten, his spirit lives on to this day in the hearts of all Rosarians. Legend of the Founder, Moss of the Chronicler. That is so interesting. Aegis. Dating back to antiquity, the term Egi has historically been used to describe those ethereal entities that can be conjured by dominance. Egis are capable of casting potent magics corresponding to the elemental alignment of their creators. Though unquestionably formidable, they will fade immediately should the dominant who gave them being happen to be slain.
You wish to study the tomes?
Wow. Hey, Sidolphus. Leader of the Hideaway and dominant of Ramo, Warden of Thunder. In his quest to create a world where bearers and dominants can die on their own terms, he unearthed a shocking truth, that the mother crystals were the cause of the all-consuming blight. He makes plans to see the mother's fall, that Valithia and her people might be saved. That is awesome. Okay, I'll definitely come back to more of those.
Always welcome, Clive.
Thank you so much.
Do you need any help, Miss Molly?
Good golly, Miss Molly. Alright, Karen.
So what God's forsaken corner of the realm is Sid dragging you out to this time?
Oriflamme.
The holy capital. And what business would you lot having? On second thoughts, I don't want to know.
I don't want to know. Alrighty. Cool. Is there anything else I want to buy? Nope. Cool. Okay, let's do
Speaking of
those side
Oriflamme,
quests.
I hear the trading routes leading south have seen more than double the usual traffic. If you ask me, somewhat foul's brewing. And it ain't tire's borbile tea.
Ew,
Just go and
borbile
see
tea,
Otto,
that's
will
disgusting.
All right.
Thank you. I'm going to super quickly chat to the blacksmith, see what I can upgrade.
Make it quick. What do you want?
What do you want? Ooh, flame tongue. That sounds so cool. Okay, reinforce. So I've got Gaia's blade. But that one sounds really cool. Let's make it.
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
Can I reinforce that one? No. Okay, whatever then. Okay. Okay, not much else to upgrade though. Ooh, look at that sword! Far out, that's cool. Alrighty. Let's see what you need help with.
He's never this late. Where are you, Randall?
Oh no.
Is everything all right?
Forgive me, young man. I was in a world of my own. I'm worried about my friend, you see. He left some time ago and hasn't returned. And you know what it's like out there for a bearer on his own.
Yeah,
Why
I'm
leave the
looking
safety of
for
the
another one
hideaway?
as well.
For coin. Sad though it is, our need outweighs the risk.
Yeah, damn.
The hideaway can't survive on goodwill alone. And though Karen does what she can, her coffers aren't bottomless.
Yeah.
Wait. You were a soldier, were you not? In the Imperial Army?
Mm-hmm.
I was.
Then might I ask a favour of you? I'm too old to be traipsing hither and yon.
Yeah.
Will you go and find him for me?
Absolutely. 100%.
I'll do what I can.
Oh, thank you.
What can you tell me about your friend?
His name is Randal, and I suspect you'll find him in Lostwing.
Okay.
He's been working for Quinton, the tavern keeper. He'll know something, I'm sure.
I'll speak to him.
Safe travels, my friend. And thank you again.
Needs of the many. Alright. Well. Before I go do that, I'm going to map. I'm going to do some of these side quests. Okay. Lostwing. Okay, let's first go to Oribel Downs because 2 of those missions are there. Let's go. And then I'll come back and accept the main mission. So stunning.
The courier said his pack might have split while he was passing through the bales.
Here we are.
I better keep my eyes open.
Lost supplies. God
Someone's
damn.
in trouble.
Scare the absolute bejesus out of me. Oh, ain't no thing. I got you.
You know what to do, boy. Keep your distance, boy.
Jill's always with me. She's my support. My badass right-hand man.
There, boy.
Us, Jill. Boss it down. Enemy slain. You okay, ma'am?
Are you hurt?
It would have been worse if you hadn't come along. Wait, I've seen you around the hideaway. You're new, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm Clive.
And I'm Martel. But what are you doing here?
Looking for you. This is no place for a bearer on her own.
You're gathering soil, I
that.
believe? Yes.
But this soil's not going to collect itself.
Then what if I gathered it for you? You could head back to the hideaway. Just exactly what sort of dirt is it that you need?
What I need is soil. But I'd be a fool to refuse your help after what just happened. It's the good stuff you're looking for. Dark, rich, fragrant. You'll know it when you find it.
Okay.
Dark, rich, and fragrant. Right. Well, you should hurry back. Bohemil seemed worried enough that he might come looking for you himself.
Yeah.
That seems unlikely, but I won't argue with you. Thanks.
Soil then.
Soil then.
There's certainly enough of it here. But is it dark, rich, and fragrant?
Great question. I don't know. Alright. Well, cool. Another sack. More lost supplies.
More of the lost supplies.
Another sack. Good, good, good.
I doubt he could have fit much more in his pack. Still no sign of Sid's letter, though. We've come this far. Might as well ask around.
Cool. Oh, okay, cool. The soil for the vineyard. I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's making these vines grow beautifully, so. Beautiful. Getting that good soil. Oh. What? Here we go. I can ask if you've seen a letter.
A little overdressed to be picking grapes, aren't you? Are you here for Master Quentin?
I'm looking for a letter someone dropped nearby. I don't suppose you've seen it.
Can't say I have, sorry.
Okay.
Well, if you do...
Wait, I did pass a dog with something in its mouth a little while back. Could have been a piece of paper.
Oh, damn.
No idea if it was your letter, but you never know.
Okay.
Which way did it go?
Towards Lostwing. Seemed well looked after to me. Dare say someone there's been feeding it.
Cool, okay.
To the village, then. Thank you.
Where? Every time I come here, it doesn't show me a new thingy. Oh, dang it. Can't get a sample from anywhere else. Ah, here we go. Okay. Yeah, the sample. There we go. Done.
That should be enough.
Right.
I better get it back to the hideaway.
Lostwing.
It's looking to be a fine harvest this year.
Okay. So stunning. This is during the daytime. Last I saw it was at night.
Back, are ya? Did Master print him something?
The shad's all salted and smoked.
A whole day on the line and they're still not fine.
Letta! Hi, doggo! How you doing, bud?
Seems we have our culprit. Sorry, boy. Someone's waiting for this. But he's waited long enough already.
You understand that, of course.
Hopefully this will keep our career out of trouble.
Good. Okay. Oh, wait. It's this way, my bad. May as well speak to Quentin while I'm here.
Sun's setting fast.
Here you are. Hello.
Ah, if it isn't Sid's young protege.
Indeed.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm looking for a bearer called Randal. I hear he's been coming to you for work. He was expected back at the hideaway some time ago. A friend of his asked me to check on him.
Randal, you say? The porter? Yes, I know him. And I can't say I'm surprised if he has been delayed. I gave him enough to do. Though, thinking about it, he should probably have been back by now.
I'll go and look for him. Where was he headed?
He was to meet an associate of mine to the south of here, on Lorbert's Pass.
Lorbert's Pass.
I do hope nothing's happened to him. Be sure to let me know, Clive.
Okay. Okay, where is that on the map? So it's around here. Oh, pardon.
Now feel good, boy.
Who's my good boy? Okay.
Can I have another cup, Daddy?
There'll be none left for me.
Okay, go back this way. You got new stuff? What do you got?
Any friend of the innkeeper is a friend of mine.
Jeez. Okay. Lionheart tonic gradually feels limit break gauge. Oh, that's cool. Right, I'm good, but thank you.
Good fight.
Oh, thank you. Northern Valley. What are you doing here? Ooh, are you okay?
Are you all right?
The hanged man. Thank the gods. You're one of us.
Yeah.
We were attacked. Beastmen on the road. Randall knew he didn't play the hero, but the sod insisted on drawing him off.
Where did this happen?
Further down the road. In the clearing. Please. You have to see that he's safe.
Absolutely.
I'll do what I can. You go back to Lostwing and tell Quentin what happened.
Oh, damn.
Goblins. Why am I not surprised?
Get him!
Yeah, the two of them at once.
Give them all you've got, boy.
No, I want to walk onto you. There we go.
You know what to do, boy. Get him! You know what to do, boy.
Staggered. Hell yes.
Get him! Sicko devil! Get him!
Harry!
You know what to do, boy. Get him!
Off your butt.
Give them all you've got, boy. There, boy. Sicko toggle. Get him. You know what to do, boy. Die.
Done. Enemy slain. Ain't no thing.
Sorry, Randall. Looks like I was too late.
I'm so sorry.
He doesn't deserve to rot by the roadside. I'll speak to Quentin.
I'm so sorry. Okay. Damn. I'm sorry, Randall.
But how did the grocer know his dog?
Ah, there you are. My man told me what happened. And? I can't help but notice you're alone.
Yeah.
Damn it. I feared as much.
He's not far from the south gate. I trust you'll do right by him.
Of course. I'll send someone right away.
Thank you.
I knew he was brave. No, I didn't know he was reckless. Poor fool.
Had you known him long?
A while. I liked the fact that he didn't shy away from dangerous work, and he liked what I paid.
Because it helped keep the hideaway afloat.
I'll tell Sid what happened here. I expect he'll be none too pleased to learn of Randall's fate.
For sure.
And I suppose you're none too happy either. For your trouble.
Let's head back to the hideaway. Tell these people and do the mission.
I heard Otto barking at his lot earlier.
Maybe I should just... Oh, there you are. I just got back to the hideaway and thankfully Otto hasn't seen me yet.
Found the things you dropped. Only a little one.
And all thanks to you. Losing those supplies is one thing, but if...
Is it about Cursebreaker business?
If only. It's from his daughter.
Sid has a daughter?
She's off studying in Canver, and her letters are all that keep Sid sane while she's away.
I didn't know.
You never mentioned a daughter.
Oh, he's a busy man. And thanks to you, he won't be wasting his time smiting careless couriers with levin bolts. So I'd say you did us both a service. If there's anything you're wanting from Sid, today's the day. He'll be sweet as honey once he gets his hands on it.
Oh. I didn't know Sid had a daughter. He just gets cuter by the day. Are you kidding me?
What happened? Is everything alright?
Ah, he's there.
There you are.
Oh.
Not the girl, the soil.
There you go, big dog. You don't care about her. You just want the soil.
Glorious. When Martell put this.
Wait, so you were never...
Worried about me? Sorry to disappoint you, but the only thing he worries about is...
Oh, so that's why you said you highly doubt it.
And if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be growing anything in these ruins. Although, you shouldn't have to pay it too. I know it's not much.
Aw. You didn't need to, thank you. Pretended he was worried about you, the poo head.
I wish I could offer you some fruit too, but you're not likely to thank me if I do. Still.
That's okay. Thank you so much. Very nice. What a butthead. Alright, let's go talk to Otto.
So you're really going through with it? Sid's been talking about bringing down a mother crystal since I've known her. But that's all it's ever been. Talk.
He's convinced it's the right thing to do. We'll be leaving for the capital shortly.
Well, you couldn't have picked a better moment. Seems the hiding the royalists gave him wasn't enough to dampen old Sylvester's spirits. His legions are on the march again. This time, due south.
Another war.
All as the great Grieger wills it.
Damn.
Bloodthirsty little miss, that one. But that's God's for you, innit? Still, might work to our advantage on this occasion. Wars breed chaos. On the front lines and at home.
That's true.
With a fair wind behind them, a handful of like-minded ne'er-do-wells could melt into the back alleys of Oriflamme. No trouble. It's making it to the capital that's the problem.
The checkpoint.
That's right. Anyone travelling in or out of Oriflamme has to go through Northreach.
Northreach.
Lucky for you, I might just know of a way.
Oh, thank you, Otto.
Yes.
Well, no, not that. That gets you an audience with the Dame. And it's the Dame who'll see you safely through Northreach.
Cool.
I'll send the Stolus in the morning. Let her know you're coming. We go way back. And she's a true friend of the courts.
Awesome.
I'm sure you'll get on like a house on fire.
That's good of you, but Who is this dame, and where will I find her?
She's the proud proprietress of Northreach's foremost house of ill repute, the Vale.
Oh.
And she's quite a woman. You know what I mean?
If you know what I mean.
A woman. Right.
I've got a woman.
Don't go blinding her with your charm now, lad.
Blinding her
I'll
with
be
your
expecting
charm.
a full report when you get back.
Jeez. I'll be doing no such thing. I'm a hopeless romantic... What is he looking at me so stank-eyed for? Alliant reports. Alliant reports are now available for viewing by speaking to Gort at the Alliant report counter in the Hideaway's mess. These reports, compiled by the Cursebreakers, contain information on quests currently available across Valisthea. Right. You didn't have to give me such a stank eye, though.
Now to find Gav.
Oh, you goat at your service. Well, at the Hideaway, Sir Otto's put me in charge of reading through the reports sent in by our allies and picking out any problems that might warrant the attention of the cursed.
Oh, awesome. This is where I can get other side quests.
Well, maybe I don't have to. I'll warrant a strapping lad like you who's got people begging him for help wherever you go. Anyway,
truly, yes.
If you're ever interested in taking a look over the list, reckon you could probably tick off the odd thing here and there. They say little acts of kindness are their own reward. But if that ain't enough, these have got proper bounties.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Anything catch your eye?
Oh, cool. That's awesome. Welcoming committee, dying on the vine. While the cat's away.
Seen enough?
Thank you. Awesome. Right, speak with Gav. Hey, bestie.
Well, someone's in a hurry.
Just following orders.
Funny, I never took you for the type.
Can't all be as obedient as you, Gav.
Fine day for a little mischief, wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
Is this all of us?
Actually, Gav won't be coming.
Just the three of us, then?
Drake's Head is the keystone of the Empire. Oriflamme's in chaos, yes, but that doesn't mean we can march an army through her gates.
Yeah.
The fewer our numbers, the better.
Yeah, the more secretive it can be.
And should that plan fail, well, we have our icons to fall back on.
So that's why Gav's not coming.
I don't know if I can. Ifrit still seems to come and go as he pleases.
Ordinarily, priming an icon comes naturally to a dominance. But then, you are no ordinary dominance.
True.
Well, he's still got the blessing of the Phoenix, doesn't he?
Yes.
Not to mention what he sucked out of Garuda. And
Yeah.
did I ever tell you about how he was once the greatest shield in Rosaria? You know, I reckon he could probably cut us a path out of the capital on his own if need be.
Probably could.
Let's try not to find out.
We're less likely to be spotted if we travel separately. I'll meet you in Northreach.
Oh, I thought this woman was coming to join the conversation.
You two behave now.
Or don't. Okay, bye, Gav. Love you. Lostwing.
So, we're meeting in Northreach. But will I find Sid and Jill before this dame finds me?
Hello, you need help?
Ah, you're Sid's man, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, he's my best friend.
Couldn't trouble you for some assistance, could I?
It depends. What do you need?
Some new bearers from Oriflamme just arrived, and it cost Master Quinton a pretty penny to convince their owner to part with them. Man must have been a bloody tyrant. Can't get a peep out of them, try as I might.
They're probably terrified of you.
Aww.
You're probably right. Dare say it'd take a bearer like yourself to open them up.
I see.
So, will you have a word with them?
Oh,
Help them settle in?
Would be happy to.
I can try.
That'll do me. Tell them they're safe, and that if they need anything, they just have to ask.
I'll let them
An
know.
awful master they must have had.
Appreciate it. They're sitting over there, taking a long overdue breather, looks like.
Good. Okay, I will do that, but after. I'm sorry, guys. I'll chat to you after. You just chill out, sit there, be comfy.
But how did the grocer know his daughter had been stealing off to the vineyard to see them?
Cool. Yeah, this is the way. Perfect.
Is it safe to ride to Northreach now?
Clear view. So beautiful. There's a nasty though. Come here, you overgrown piece of poo. And you. Lovely. Ain't no thing. Damn. Let's go.
You know what to do.
Boom.
Over here. Get him. Too slow.
Get wrecked.
Don't let them get away. Sick of
Staggered.
Get him, boy. You know what to do, boy. There, boy. There, boy.
Almost done. Gotcha. And right by the chest. Stunning. Alright.
System toggle. There, boy.
Oh, hello. Beautiful. Okay. They're so cute. There you go, down on the ground. Stomped you.
Get him, boy. Sick of toggle. You know what to do, boy.
Yes, Toggle.
Sick of toggle.
Beautiful.
There.
Wow.
Northreach.
Oh, that's so pretty. I'm just so close, so I may as well. Do, 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 do.
The soldiers used to speak of a brothel. And that was north of the checkpoint.
Don't attack me. Don't be naughty.
I hope the day was fit in the south.
Oh! Oh, I kind of feel bad.
Don't let them get away.
I mean, you can't let them get away, Torgal, but...
Get them, boy. That's it.
Well, we've already committed. Damn. Got him. Okay.
What did you say was in these pies again?
Give me one of those
Fresh fish.
All from the sea of grace.
With reds, white.
With the right to confiscate any objects.
Not another step, branded.
Damn. Cool, got an obelisk.
It's not getting any fresher.
Oh, hello.
A moment, my lady.
A moment? I doubt you could afford even that much of my time. Branded.
My mistake.
No, mine. Upon reflection, you don't have the scent of a branded about you.
What does that mean?
Flowers. Otto always did know how to please me. More than Sid ever did anyway.
Damn.
Do you think you could please me, Clive?
I could please Jill.
You're the dame.
I do
Let
love your
us
outfit,
leave
though.
such impersonal titles to my less preferred clientele.
Clientele. I've never heard it say that. Be said that
Call
way.
me Isabel. Otto assured me I could trust you.
You can.
I can trust you, can't I?
100%.
You can trust me, yes, but why would you?
Help you? Because that's what we do.
You're part of the cause?
Long ago, Sid did me a kindness when no one else would.
Aww.
I have never forgotten that.
No.
Without it, I would not be where I am today. And so, I make it a point to do the same whenever possible.
That's awesome.
Which brings us here.
You a real one.
To the final obstacle between you and whatever it is you seek in the holy capital.
Yeah, you know what's up.
I fear the guards are not likely to let a masterless bearer pass unmolested. Unless...
You were escorting
Unless,
me
of
to...
course, his master deigned to appear. Yes, that will do nicely.
What, I'm your master? You're my master?
I shall expect a favor in return.
Wait.
Okay.
What?
Alright, I'm your bearer. What about my dog? Let my dog come as well. Okay.
What the hell are you doing?
Tut tut. We cannot have people thinking I tolerate disobedience.
Yeah, I'm your branded.
The men who gave me this are no more my masters than you are. But it's not as if I can hide it.
From the moment you acquired it, that brand has done naught but take. But today, it is going to give you exactly what you want.
That's true. Play.
Just play along.
Yeah. Perfect. I'm your bodyguard that you hired.
Back to the Vale already?
But of course, we must make ready to welcome you, my dear.
And who might this be?
My bodyguard.
Why, my new escort. The streets aren't safe for a girl, what with all the royalists about.
Well, don't work him too hard.
Well, that rather depends on you now, doesn't it? I'll see you all at sunset.
Well, they're regular customers.
Oi, hold up. Another fucking branded. Oh, you're lucky you're with the dame. Now get out of my sight, filth.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
That wasn't so bad.
Wasn't so bad. They might have recognized me.
But they didn't. And even if they had, they wouldn't have done anything about it. The gentlemen of the garrison are some of my best customers. We have an arrangement.
They're very dependent on your work.
Now, if you'd care to follow me, we can speak more at the Vale.
Okay.
Doesn't seem like I have much of a choice.
Past this side of the wall, I'm her branded, so... No, not really. God, this is cool, though. Damn. All of the Imperial seem to have a lady they're employing.
And if anyone requests her company, tell them she is feeling unwell.
Madame, you look stunning.
As do you, my dear.
Get it, girl.
Shall I have one of the girls draw a bath?
That won't be necessary. Clive, my darling, welcome to the Vale.
Ah, this building is it. Okay. Ooh, quaint. Sexy. Awesome. Alrighty, everyone, I'm gonna leave this episode here. I really hope you all enjoyed, and if so, please do make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll continue in the next one. Bye!